Hello. Well, it is Saturday, November 23rd, 2024. Tomorrow will be 3 weeks from my last figure bodybuilding competition. Time is slow, but in my head, that seems very far away now. Very far away. So, let's see. Today's topic is my struggle with sanity and food. It's more insanity and food. Now, I've always had this issue. I've always had this issue with food and insanity. Um, I've had a sweet tooth my whole life. I've kind of binged eaten food my whole life, even when I was a little kid, or at least a teenager, probably a little kid too. And sweets. My weight has gone up and down and up and down my whole life because of dieting and tendency to eat too much and get overweight a lot. My family genetics are very uh, overweight and tendency to put on body fat very easily, and very quickly. So I don't know if our metabolism tends to be slow that in terms of burning off calories because we can put on weight so easy. Like I've always said, I could just smell something and put on weight. It's that easy for me. It's so easy. So, okay, food, sanity, and insanity. So yesterday I had a big overeating session all day. Now, um, I'm just trying to figure this out. This off-season thing is really hard for me because I don't know how to do it without blowing it, and I don't know how to do it. So if I had a food plan to follow, I'd be blowing the food plan, and then I'd feel terrible, and then that would be as um, just failure, quote unquote. So I don't have an actual food plan except the one in my head, and which is kind of what I always go to for my bodybuilding food plan. Eating every few hours, small meals throughout the day, every few hours, and high protein, and try to be low carb, low fat, and I'm vegan. So I have my bodybuilding food plan in my mind, but what does a recovery food plan entail? And if I gave myself one, would I stick to it? And if I didn't stick to it, I'd be setting myself up. So I'm kind of feeling things out, which is kind of going, I don't know if I'd say not great, or, I'm just learning. I'm trying to figure it out. So I also stopped my prescription diuretic this week because I went to my cardiologist. I got a ultrasound on my heart, and I got the news on Monday. I had the follow-up appointment, and my heart is fine. So I was asked about the prescription diuretic to stop, and he said, yeah. So I stopped the diuretic this week, and so I don't know what's to expect from that in terms of water retention and water weight regain. So that can be like a heading for disaster mentally. So as the scale goes up. So plus my hunger from competition dieting and that going really starting to come down, but still up. And cravings about food I haven't eaten for a whole year and stuff like that. So it's hard. It's hard. It's hard on me. So the good news is I I did have a meeting with my coach, so that was really great. I reached out to my coach and we set up a meeting that day, so that was really helpful. Talking about off season and off-season nutrition. And it's what's helpful is hearing his perspective because he's a professional bodybuilder. He's 64. I'm 61. So to have a mature bodybuilder perspective is really, really helpful. So he told me how he eats and does off-plan eating and stuff. So, which was really helpful for me to kind of take in as an example. It's like, that's interesting. And what he does. So, he can't tell me what to do for me. I mean, he could. Some coaches give me a plan and I'm supposed to follow it. But again, that's kind of a recipe for disaster for me if I go off it, because then I fail, quote unquote. And um, so he just keeps encouraging me to, sort through. So I love to hear his non-insane perspective. It's like, oh, that's what a sane person does with food. So he says there's no bad foods and just, the quantities and, how he does his off season. So taking that into account, I didn't beat myself horribly up yesterday, although I know I ate too much, which I do beat myself up about that. So I didn't weigh myself today and I didn't take photos because why bother beating myself up about that? I do feel like I'm retaining water without that diuretic, but we'll see how that goes. Plus, overeating doesn't help. So what I'm thinking is to not weigh myself for a little while, and we'll see how long I can go like that. Because weighing myself just makes me feel bad. And what's more important is just to eat in a sane way and in a kind of limited way, kind of a bodybuilding way, so that I don't regain too much weight. And so I can't compete next year because my plan is to compete in spring. So I'm already paid for a show in spring, so that's on the books. I'm already paid for new suits, so that's on the books. And I don't want to screw that up. So my fear is screwing that up. So I'm working on my self-talk and positive self-talk. Like I'm doing great. I'm figuring it out. I'm learning. And I have my goals in mind, and I have, especially for the New Year's, like I like to feel good about myself on New Year's, which often doesn't happen because of my weight and eating and body fat and not being happy about myself. So it's really a struggle for me, and I'm sure it is for many of you. So this morning I'm eating my bodybuilding meals, and I'm trying to figure out what to do about hunger and filling in when I'm hungry. So I'm eating when I'm hungry too. It's just maybe small amount. And we'll see. But I'm not being very clear because I'm not very clear, and I'm kind of taking things as it goes, and I don't want to set myself up by saying I will do this and that, and then I don't. So my goal is to eat bodybuilding foods and bodybuilding meals and keep the meal size small. That's what my coach does. So that's a good idea. And what else? Eat nutritious and healthy. This morning I woke up and I had some Amazon packages. It's easier to shop than diet. Let me tell you, I do a lot of shopping when I'm dieting because it's easier, but it's very expensive. And I had two big boxes this morning from Tirani, which I order sugar-free syrups for my coffee and everything else really. And I was bending over to unpack that, and I tweaked a muscle in my back, which really sucked, which I have a good back. So it's unusual for me to tweak muscles in my back. So I have a race today with Ginger, which will be really fun, a turkey trot I'm looking forward to. And I'm just trying to get the muscle to calm down before the race. And it also is a good reminder from the universe that my health is more important than the stupid scale and beating myself up about what I eat and what I don't eat. And being able to do the things I love to do and be active and be able to do everything without even thinking about rather than like a pain. So it's a message from the universe to get more sane. So that's why I'm making this video. Because it's really insane to make my whole life about every little food and every little thing I eat all day long, 24 hours a day, and the store and what to eat and eating, and it's just no good way to live. So sanity. I'm still working on clearing my brain after competition dieting. It's really rough on the body and the mind. One thing I did yesterday was I went to Ulta and bought a new hair dryer, and my hair is more fluffy today. It still looks funny because I don't style it because I just wear a hat all day because I'm always cold because of my short hair. But just blow drying it without styling it, it's much more fluffy. So that's fun. My hair was getting too dry from the bleaching and I think from my hair dryer. Plus, the sales lady, of course, asked me about my hair products and a hair mask. I'm like, no, I've never used a hair mask. Show me what you recommend. So she showed me some recommendations. So I did buy products, and today I used a hair mask for the very first time in my life, I think. My hair feels really good. It really feels good. So, I signed up for a new race this morning for next year, which I'm excited about. So I have a ton of things to look forward to. And I want to be fit and strong and healthy and in shape for all these fun, active things I want to do. So just have to figure it out as I go. So I'm hoping to figure it out this month because I don't want to go through insanity more than a month after my show. I mean, it's just too much to live this way. It's no fun. So I'm hoping to get through and start having sanity and be able to let it go and then have a good December, have a great New Year's, feeling really great about myself and on the right track for my competition prep for spring next year. So, that's my little update. What else? Holidays coming, and I have planned turkey trots and Thanksgiving races. So I'm super excited about that. So that's a good reason to eat well because if I eat well, I feel like running well. So it sucks to eat crappy and then feel crappy while you try to run and go to the gym. Like, that's no fun. I've done that a million times. It's no fun. It's much more fun to eat well, feel great, feel ready to go to the gym, feel ready to go running, feel ready to do whatever you want to do in life, whatever I want to do. So I've had all these experiences as my guide and tool. And so I'm using them, I hope. Meanwhile, I hope I'm not expanding too much. Ugh. But put that out of my mind. I want to put positive directions in my mind so that I go in a positive way, not a negative way. All right, that's my little update for today. And have fun in all your turkey trots and your holiday plans. And I will talk to you very soon. Okay, bye.